Hi, everyone. I'm Avon Fire Chief Bob Spur. I'm coming to you with one of our COVID-19 updates. Today is December 10th, and joining me as always is
Kathleen Waldron, health agent for the town of Avon.
Hi, Kathleen. So, like we normally do, we'll start off with the numbers. Nationally, we're at 15,100,000, and we're adding about 200,000 known cases to that every day. And in Massachusetts, we're just under 260,000 with last night's numbers. Fatalities nationally were around 280,000, and Massachusetts is approaching 11,000 now. Kathleen, what's Avon look like?
Sure. Locally, we have 166 cumulative cases. Again, that's from the beginning of when COVID started. And our 2-week positive case number is at 29. This does mean that Avon has jumped from being a green risk, a low risk community to now a red high risk community. The threshold for that was 25. So it has increased. It seems like this surge is greater than what we saw in the spring. So you guys still need to continue to wear your mask and socially distancing. Now is not the time to let up or let your guard down. We've seen a lot of the spread in social settings where people have gotten together, they're taking their masks off, and it is spreading. It's very real, it's very out there, and again, now is not the time to let your guard down.
Absolutely. A note about that red, yellow, green system. Before, you heard me talk a number of times about how it was skewed against the smaller communities. That's absolutely not the case anymore. The state has a very good system now. If anything, it initially almost underreports the smaller communities. It gives us more leeway than some of the big places because of our size. So when it's saying we're red, we're right in there with anybody else's. You know, it's a legitimate number now. I'm very happy that the state got a system that works, and there's no longer a skew against smaller communities.
So with that said too, I guess it doesn't matter in some circumstances because the whole state of Massachusetts is now rolling back to step 1 of phase 3. It doesn't matter what color you are, but it is important to know that we've jumped from a green to a red community and by more than doubling our cases. So in rolling back to to step 1 of phase 3, I'm not going to go over everything, but just some of the highlights are that outdoor gatherings and public spaces are now limited to 50 people. There's been reduced capacity from 50% to 40% in several industry sectors, such as gyms, libraries, museums, retail spaces, office spaces. I'll put all this on the website if you want to look later. But and 2 other major important updates is in regards to mask wearing. Masks must be worn at all times, especially in restaurants. And it's not just when you're sitting at the table now. You have to wear your mask at all times unless you're eating or drinking. So if you're sitting at the table socializing, you still have to wear your mask. Whereas before you could take it off once you're seated at the table. Also with restaurants, it's limited to 90 minutes. Your visit time has to be 90 minutes, and there can only be 6 people per table. And a mask update for workplaces and fitness centers. Again, you need to wear your mask at all times now. There's very, very limited exceptions, whereas before there were more. So, and again, all this will be on our website. It's just a lot to give you in a video update. Right. So I want to keep it brief and let you guys know that there have been changes. And that you should visit the town website or the mass.gov/COVID website for all the sector-specific guidelines.
Excellent. Kind of one note on the social spread. You know, we kept hearing from the state and national that, oh, Thanksgiving's going to spike things up because people going and visiting. And we absolutely see that in the numbers. You know, I run numbers that come from publicly available sources, whether it's the state of Massachusetts or nationally combined numbers. And shortly after Thanksgiving, a few days later, you could see those first people and just it shot right up. So, and this had been, started leveling off. So social spread is definitely something that's happening. I know people don't like especially in this holiday season, not being able to see friends, family, and that as much. But this is not the time to let it spike. We are very close to exceptionally close to having vaccine availability. There's no reason to believe that the FDA won't approve the Pfizer vaccine today after what came out. We haven't heard that, but there's no reason to believe that they won't. And we're starting to hear maybe the first doses, according to the governor, are mid next week. So there's a very clear pecking order on how those are getting done. It's going to COVID-facing healthcare workers first. There's kind of a separate and parallel long-term care facility, and then there's a whole list that it goes down through there with public, just open public, probably looking April range to start with if supply chain holds up and everything goes the way they think, well beyond our control. But the corner's turning. It looks like the vaccines appear exceptionally effective with relatively low risk. The side effects are minor and appropriate, saying your body's got a good immune response to it. So things look very good on that front. We need to keep up with the mask stuff for now. That seems to really be what was getting done. Kathleen, anything else you need to tell them?
A lot of social gatherings. I know it's hard. I know we've been in this since March. Like, we are all tired of this.
Yeah.
But again, there's almost an end in sight. I know you guys can do it. You just gotta stay positive.
Right.
Just keep doing what you've been doing.
We'll get through it. It's the light at the end of the tunnel, and by all accounts, it's not a train coming in the other direction. So, Avon, you're doing a good job. Stay safe, keep it up, and we'll talk to you again.
And enjoy your holidays as best as you can.
Absolutely. Goodbye.
Bye.